love poem. Your footprints don't bloom into roses, yet when you come next to me, the sudden rain ends with a tint of what the hand can never hold. It's in the eye of a fawn, jumping a chasm far too wide. Flesh and stone. 3 rocks by the lakeside, 1 waddles in. The rest will gather moss. Vortex. I'm watching someone enter a temple across from my hotel. He emerges about the same time he did the previous days. 3 red-tailed hawks are balanced over the city. I'm breathing a mixture of spices and life going as slow as it came. I am inclined to drop a coin from a full cup. A holy man waits in the street. I can see the shore through layers in rising heat. Sons of fishermen, too young to tow a line, play cricket in the motionless sun. I finish a letter to my boys in America. I tell them about Bombay, a great city. I'm too much in awe to list what is otherwise. The traffic circling below is a myriad of sounds rising, always rising, as the hawks move across the bay. The people expand beyond their binding streets. Everything moves as India moves. I hear chanting across the rooftops in Hindi to a God who speaks only Hindi. Nut Zen. Yes, cashews are good for you. Also the eyes of lambs. The wool, kinky and useful as the bleeding fat that would keep you. Piss of a camel and bad apples make okay wine. It doesn't matter how you think it is or what you make of it. Red Hamburg turned up on the siege of Leningrad. Get the picture? And the final chapter, chapter 7, starts with a haiku. Near the roadhouse, exposed by the desert wind, old pump handle. Mops. Imagine me a woman with mops for feet. I swerve from room to room. The routine exhausts me, 80 years of it. I hydroplane into the bathroom and wring one foot, then the other, so water swirls clean again. An old chain bowl. Finally I go to bed. You can be what you've come to be. Your husband's congested whining, stop running the water, gone. Your children scattered like leaves. You run water far into the night. The wall. Out there is a dog. His howl rises like a tunnel of need that says he doesn't know his pain is beyond his sound. He pulls and pulls at his choking chain. There's a fear in my balls, a school of electric eels, swimming through a galaxy of who knows what. My sister knows my fear. A dog with a broken chain stands between us. Supper, you better come, she calls from the 4th floor window. She has unscrewed the light. The dog waits for me in the dim hall. There's a tree outside reaching through the quiet alley. All night while the leaves scratch blood across the moon, the dog in the hall sleeps like a dog. Beyond reach. Sitting in a chair, broken in and broken. Think of the will it takes. Commercial churning on and on. You have a bull of a head from reading, light low, TV volume just out of reach. Yesterday though was okay. Breakfast juice tasted like oranges. The salt and pepper married the eggs. But today is clouding in. Trouble maze under the viewer could, calculated to begin. January 10th, 4 o'clock. The sun's too low at Factory Pond to make my daily walk. I smoke something old from a leather pouch I found in the closet. Exhaling, I watch the first snowflake burn on my window. The clock ignites music in the crystal of the china cabinet. The telephone is hammering too far down the hall for me to answer. Rubber tongue. The rasp on my tongue is hooked into this wretched tree. I pull and pull, tongue stretching, heels digging away from the entanglement. I see in the cast of this stand images of my own discernment. I give in and snap head first, shot from a sling into the wood. My blood flows over the bark to the root. The leaves take on my face. Those are my teeth, snapping at the moon. Concerning carbon. A flame's growing reach is struck and caught deep in the core of a stone. Oh, the morning burn of the swamp, the white pencil beam of the moon's march, how they leap and glitter, the ancient light, ticks across the veins of ageless crystal. A carbon of sun-struck seed spins forth, my heart in a flood, a sun, a moon, how earth takes care of her own. I see in that fire my own salvation, the flame of growing reach struck in stone. Oh, the morning burn in the dark swamp, my nuclear bones, sundown veined rubies, set to glow in black streams. And I think I have about time to read maybe 3 or 4 more brief poems. Passenger Pigeons. A rumor whispers outlining suspicious wings. A migration blocking the sky for days and temperature dropping numbers. Where did they go? I saw a stout one at the common yesterday. He stepped and cooed with a flock of congenitals, begging for acceptance. What is a mere mark in stone against the salt of the sea, when the dead present themselves long after their forms have been displaced? Yet another moth poem. Before the sun blew, it was out. The rain is pelting down the last of the pure sky. I remember, before the war, the joy of just whittling, doing nothing. Soon after, in the star hold of Hoppy and Johnny Mac Brown, the eyes and ears of the world programmed its steaming bones in the shape of popcorn, not like blood, but snow in our fingers. We learned the program and filed from the movies to the tattoo parlor. They Duke Wayne'd us into pulling the trigger on Asia. Now, when rain growls in the night, there is no lightning to follow, but the crack of fat when the moth flies into the flame. And 2 more. Equal at the duck pond. 6 of them, 1 fat, waddle to bread I cast. The fat one gets most. Strike them with a cheese puff. A hollow yellow sound bounces hardly at all. The rest squawk as if I were a devil chasing them. The time has come for me to second grade the fact that I stole a banana from some kid's lunch pocket. I will not get caught, only I grow more even as the years finger point to what went on without control. And the accusers cast their eyes at me without the least knowledge of what this is all about. And finally, water's edge. There are pier posts, useless and barnacle, between the fingers of the moon. I remember this whole inspired reflections when the dock was tight with activity. I am old in a new place. The moon is like a bridge across the oceans of my ancestors. I am the seed of that street, spit out of a weed web in the spent salt of memory. I wait for the moon to spread her sail of shadow, standing here inside distance, where all the time it takes to get there are days you can reach into. Thank you.